Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to my kitchen. Today I want to show you how to make bread machine bread without a bread machine. Now a bread machine has a metal bucket and a silly little paddle down at the bottom. But don't worry, because I have a glass bowl and a plastic spoon. You'll get a kick out of this. The first step to making bread in a bread machine is to add the ingredients. So I'll start by putting the ingredients in a glass bowl. I'll be using 13 ounces warm water, 1½ teaspoons salt, 1¼ teaspoons instant yeast, 3½ cups bread flour. Let's get started. 13 ounces warm water. One and 1/2 teaspoons salt. I use everyday table salt. 1 1/4 teaspoons instant yeast, sometimes referred to as bread machine yeast. And 3 1/2 cups bread flour. I use a scoop and shake method for measuring flour. This recipe is very forgiving and you don't have to be exact. Now I need to plug the glass bowl into the outlet and turn it on. But my glass bowl doesn't have a plug or one of those silly little paddles on the bottom, so we'll have to improvise. Just put the handle end of a spoon in the bowl and stir. If you miss the sound of the bread machine, you can always go bzzz, but that would be silly. In just a matter of seconds, the dough will form a shaggy ball. Then scrape the sides of the bowl and finish combining. That's all there is to it. This is when the bread machine stops to rest. We're going to stop to rest. It's called proofing. Generally speaking, bread machines heat the pan to 80 degrees to create a favorable proofing environment. So we're going to create a favorable proofing environment by covering the bowl with plastic wrap and putting it in direct sunlight to proof for 1½ hours. Dough should be proofed for 1½ hours in a warm, draft-free environment. In both cases, you need to measure the ingredients. The bread machine used the paddle to combine the ingredients. I used the handle end of a spoon. It took less than 60 seconds. The bread machine heated the dough to 80 degrees for proofing. I covered the dough with plastic wrap and put it in direct sunlight. It took less than 60 seconds. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. The bread machine has come back to life and the paddle is spinning. We need to emulate the process. Here's how easy it is. I'll just stick the handle end of my spoon in the dough and spin the dough. Wow, that was easy. Okay, now I want to show you something a bread machine can't do. I'm going to garnish the dough with sesame seeds. Watch this. I'm going to sprinkle the dough inside of the bowl with sesame seeds and roll the coat. Then I'll dust the dough inside of the bowl with flour and roll the dough in the flour to coat. All we need to do now is roll the dough out of the bowl into the bread pan. And we're done. I used a standard 8 1/2 inch by 4 1/2 inch bread pan that I sprayed with no-stick spray and covered with a lint-free towel. I will proof the dough for 30 minutes and preheat the oven to 400 degrees. The bread machine used a paddle to knead the dough. I used the handle end of a spoon. Neither process kneads the dough in the traditional sense, but the process is effective. The bread machine proofs the dough in the machine. I transfer the dough to a bread pan. It took less than 30 seconds. A bread machine cannot garnish and baste the dough. This process can. It's been 30 minutes. The dough has risen and filled out the pan, and I put the bread pan in the oven to bake for 40 minutes at 400 degrees. Well, what do you think? Can you believe I made this without a bread machine? And look, no silly little paddle in the bottom of the loaf. My point is, making bread can be easy and fun, and you can emulate the process of a bread machine with a glass bowl and a plastic spoon. I call it no-knead turbo bread. I'm Steve. My YouTube channel is Artisan Bread with Steve. If you wish to learn more, I have provided links to recommended videos and cookbooks in the description of this video. And when searching the web, remember to look for the words no-knead turbo bread. My no-knead turbo bread cookbook has recipes for breads, dinner rolls, sandwich rolls, pizza dough, pizza, flatbread, and sweet rolls. It's available in ebook and paperback. Thanks for watching.